hola a todos. It's tu prima favorita Bobby here, and I just like to talk, and I'm just gonna run my mouth for a quick second. I do not have children, and I think I'm pretty much at the point where I can honestly and truthfully say I don't think I want them, and yeah, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. What I'm here to talk about is for those of you who do, I'm not trying to tell you how to parent, but I will tell you as a child who comes from a home to where it would have been better if the parents would have just parted ways sooner. Don't stick around for the children. You are not doing it for the kids. I understand that it is easier said than done. I understand that sometimes there are financial barriers, sometimes there are emotional barriers, sometimes there are physical or shmushmushiv, if you get my drift, barriers. And so it's not just easy to just uproot all of your children or your child or you and your children or whatever the case may be and just leave that partner. But I will tell you, seek a way out as soon as things start to go awry. Don't sit and think, oh, I need to stay with this person for the kids if you know that it is not a healthy environment for the kids. A lot of times parents really think that they're doing a great job of pretending, of getting along just fine or just good enough, not fighting in front of the kids. I'm going to tell you, as a child who grew up in an environment like that, we feel that. And 9 times out of 10, we are talking to each other, if you have more than one child, especially if they're over a certain age, about how we wish y'all would just part ways so that we can be comfortable in our own house. It is uncomfortable for everybody. You think that it's just uncomfortable for you and the partner, and y'all are just sacrificing or swallowing that for the sake of the children. I am telling you this. Your kids want you to leave too. And I do understand that sometimes you have younger kids that may not fully be able to grasp what is going on. So I think that when they get older, or when they get old enough to understand, it's important to talk to them about why. And if you do have older kids, understand that no matter how much you try to hide it, they are not stupid. They are not stupid. And unless you are the Denzel or Angela Bassett's of pretending like you are in a good situation, like if you have that great level of acting skills, I promise you, your kids know, especially your older kids. So it's important to really be real with them and talk to them about what's going on so that they can have a better understanding that when y'all do part ways, it wasn't their fault and it didn't have anything to do with them. Because sticking around only continues to make the tension grow, and it only continues to make it uncomfortable for everybody that is involved. I am telling you, I've had to tell certain friends this as well, because they're thinking that they're staying for the kids, so they can have a 2-parent household. What is a 2-parent household if my parents hate each other? What is a 2-parent household if my mom is always crying and my dad is always aggravated and they can't even be in the same room together? What is a 2-parent household if I never know when I'm going to be able to approach my parents with my own problems or my child problems or my need to be loved and cared for, and I have no idea when is a safe space to do that? What is a 2-parent household if there is abuse in the house? What is a 2-parent household if y'all are always fighting? What is a 2-parent house? What does that do for your kids when they can't just fully live and be themselves and be relaxed? And again, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like, I know all or whatever the case may be. Because like I said, there are a lot of things that play and a lot of reasons why people stick around in unfavoring situations. But I'm going to tell you, when you start creating a plan, when you start prepping for that, when you start making a way, like, you are doing better for your kids than you even know. Because the best thing that my mom ever did was cut that man off. The best thing, when she decided, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to put my kids up with this, when she decided I'd rather be on my way to a shelter with my kids than to deal with this, it was the best decision ever. And granted, we didn't want to go to a shelter, but we also didn't want to stay in that situation. We also didn't want to have to deal with that. I did not want to continue to see my mom the way that I saw her then. So if you are a parent and you are sticking it out for the kids, I'm going to tell you right now, if that is the only reason why you're doing it, if you talk to your kids and you're open with them, if they're old enough, or when they get there, you will do far better off than just staying around for years and years and years and them seeing that. Because what you're also doing is that you're teaching them that no matter what, stay. No matter if someone is overstepping your boundaries, no matter if someone is making you feel less than, no matter if someone is hitting you upside the head, no matter if you are miserable, no matter if you are physically getting sick and you can't function or you aren't safe or stay, that is what you're teaching them. And I guarantee you that you would not want to see your children in that situation. A lot of times people, when they get older, they talk to their kids and they're like, I don't understand why she's still staying with that man. I don't understand why he's picking girls like that. You showed them that that was the way to function. You showed them that that was the way to be. So you can't then turn around and be surprised when they grow up and they are being that way that you taught them to be, because you decided that you were going to stick around. Don't just do it for the kids. Unless you have A1 acting skills and it is a safe environment and you can continue to have your children flourish and be healthy and as happy as they can be, usually you can't, or you can't maintain that for long. So figure it out and separate. I'm telling you, it does your children way better to be able to be in a place that is more comfortable if that means that you and the other parent are apart. That's it. That's all. You can drop down in the comments and tell me to shut my mouth if you want to, or tell me that you agree with me. I like to engage with y'all in the comments. So yeah, please, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're watching this on TikTok, make sure you hit that follow button. This is Tu Prima Favorita. Thank you for joining me in the Cousins Corner. I am Bobby, and I will see you next time. Bye.